launching a tasty pastry. It's a low-carb Pop-Tart. It's got 3 to 4 grams of net carbs, and we love this show. This is our best place to be in LA.
Welcome back to Legendary Foods Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Tuesday, October 25th, 2022. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. The official lineups for the IFB Romania Pro might not have been released yet, but we do know for sure that Brett Wilkin is aiming to make this his last show of the season, and that he's planning to make it count. The show is scheduled for the weekend of November 13, which puts it past the final qualification date for the 2022 Olympia, if I'm not mistaken. But you wouldn't know it by the way that Brett's been attacking his prep, because he's pulled out all the stops from the moment that he committed and signed on the dotted line. Based on everything we've seen over the last few weeks, this should be a better version of what he brought to the IFBB Arnold Classic back at the start of the season. And if we get a better version of Brett, who doesn't have to fight his way through a handful of top 6 Olympians, well, the net result might be him putting a winning stamp on the end of his season. Now, here's the thing. Even though Brett looks fantastic and he won't have to go head-to-head with a monster like Brandon Curry, that doesn't mean there won't still be sharks in the water. Because Bayras Tabani is the megalodon in this lineup that no one is talking about. The last time he competed was at the Romania Pro in 21, when he placed third behind Rafa Brandao and Samson Dauda. And without either one of these being a part of the equation this year, that should make him the pre-show favorite based on the process of elimination. And according to his coach Milos Sarcev, Bayras must be better this year, which is not a so subtle way of saying third place is no longer an option. So if there aren't going to be any other heavy hitters making the long trip out to Romania, Bayras might end up settling some unfinished business. Within the last week or two, we reported that Marc Hector's camp was on the fence about whether or not he should shut it down for the rest of the season, or decide to take one more shot at earning his first Olympia qualification. And luckily for Marc's fans, it's looking like his contest season isn't going to be done just quite yet. According to the latest reports from Marc's camp, they believe that he still has yet to peak 100%. So they're going to make a run at clinching an Olympia qualification at the Europa Pro, which is scheduled to take place in Spain on November 6th. Up to this point, even though he's competed 3 times and shown some flashes of brilliance, he still has yet to deliver that one big knockout shot that he needs to seal the deal. So if he can figure out what he needs to do and really dial it in over these next 2 weeks, Marc Hector should have a puncher's chance bringing home the win. In addition to Marc Hector, I think we're going to probably see a lot of attention also directed towards Michael Krizo over the next few weeks as he gears up to make a run at securing an Olympia qualification of his own at the Prague Pro. The response since Michael won his pro card at the Amateur Olympia has been interesting to say the least, because there is definitely seems to be a contingent of people out there who believe that the whole Michael Krizo thing was overhyped by the fans and the media just because he didn't look like an absolute world beater at that show. But to whatever extent that's true, he also had a lot of heavy endorsements from the Jay Cutlers and Milos Sarcevs of the world heading into this show. And maybe I'm crazy, but when 2 Hall of Famers with that sort of pedigree have a similar opinion, I would imagine there must be, well, something to it. If Michael goes out and crushes it at the Prague Pro, people will be tripping over themselves to say, "I told you so." And if he doesn't, they're probably going to say the same thing, which means that he's basically playing with house money right now. So if he comes up, aces, and delivers the goods, ultimately, that's all that matters, because he'll be the one walking away with all the chips. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions. And make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.